I just built the world's first split personality voice agent, and to be honest, it's kind of genius. I don't want to say too much and ruin the surprise, so let's jump right into the demo.
Good morning, you've reached Parkside Dental Care. My name is Emily. How can I help you today?
Hi Emily, I'd like to schedule an appointment for today.
That's great. I'm going to check the schedule. Just give me a sec. Unfortunately, today is completely booked. However, we have availability on Tuesday the 23rd from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. and in the afternoon from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Would any of these work for you?
Yes, 2 p.m. is fine.
Perfect. Let me get your information to book this appointment. Could I get your first and last name?
It's John Smith.
And what's the best email address for you?
johnsmith@gmail.com.
And would plus 351-935-917 be the best number to reach you at?
Yes, that's correct.
Excellent. Let me book that appointment for you right now. Just a moment. Your appointment is confirmed for Tuesday the 23rd at 2 p.m. You'll receive an email confirmation shortly. So just to confirm, that's John Smith at 2 p.m. with email johnsmith@gmail.com, and your phone number is plus 351-935-917. Is that all correct?
Yes, that's all correct.
Great. Thank you for calling Parkside Dental Care. See you soon.
So the first personality is this receptionist agent, and although the voice is already indistinguishable from a real person, there's nothing really new going on here. Where things start to get really interesting is with the second personality that I'm going to show you right now.
Hey, John. Good to hear from you again. Did you have any questions regarding your appointment?
Hey Emily, yes, can you remind me of my appointment?
Of course. Let me confirm your appointment details. I have you scheduled for Tuesday, September 23rd at 2 p.m. under the name John Smith. We have your phone number as plus 351-935-917 and an email as johnsmith@gmail.com. Is all of this correct?
Yes, that's all correct, but I just realized that I can't make it at 2 p.m. Can we move it to 3 p.m.?
I understand. Let me check if Tuesday, September 23rd at 3 p.m. is available. Just give me a sec. Perfect. Let me move your appointment right now. Just a moment. All done. Your appointment has been moved to Tuesday, September 23rd at 3 p.m. You'll receive a confirmation email shortly. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
No, Emily, that's all. Thank you.
Happy I could help with your appointment. Have a wonderful day.
Combine the receptionist with the support personalities, and what you get is a full system that never misses a call, never puts your clients on hold, and takes care of everything they need. Not only that, but it remembers every single person and their information, which just makes the overall experience 10 times better. And all of this with a no-code solution, so that even if you are a complete beginner, you'll be able to build this with no problem. And to do this, we just need 3 simple steps. First, we'll set up an AI voice. Second, we'll extend its capabilities so we can check the schedule and book appointments. And third, we'll be getting a real phone number you can directly provide to the client or just connect your old phone. And now let's get started with the tutorial. For that, make sure to click on the first link in the description that will take you to my free school community. In here, you're going to click on YouTube videos and search for the title of this video. Click on this post. This post includes every single prompt, setting and file you'll need for this setup, so make sure to always keep it open throughout this video. And the first step is to set up the AI voice, so you're going to search for 11labs.io or just go to the link in the description and sign up if you don't have an account yet, otherwise sign in. Select Agents Platform, and now you're going to click on Agents, New Agent, Blank Agent, and just name it Voice Agent YouTube or wherever you want. Create agent, and in here is where we are going to decide what our agent should say and sound like. For that, I'm just going to bring back the school post that will help us set all of this up. And now you can just copy the settings from the post. The first message is going to be the first thing your agent says when it picks up the phone. But instead of writing something generic like "Hello, how can I help you today?" we are going to give it this variable, which allows us to change the message for each customer. This means it will be able to say good morning, afternoon and evening depending on the time of the day, and also greet them by name if they have already called before. That's basically how this variable works. It just allows us to change the first message for each of these scenarios. So just copy it and paste it here. Now click on save, and in here you are going to write no access. Save. Now scroll back up. Click here on see more. And here where you see system prompt, you are going to copy all of this. And you are going to paste it here. Save. And now and save. The system prompt is what gives the personality and rules to follow to our agent. So as you can see here, we have the core personality. You are a friendly and professional assistant. You speak naturally and conversationally. Use affirmations like I understand, absolutely, and got it, which you saw in the demo. Include thoughtful pauses and keep the conversation flowing naturally. Then we have the current context. We have agent instructions. Important guidelines like always follow the provided instructions exactly, never make assumptions or go off script. And again, we added these three variables so we can change their value for each conversation. For instance, we always give the phone number the user is calling from to the agent, so it already knows this information and then the user just needs to confirm it. The agent mode tells the agent if it is a receptionist agent or a support agent. And finally, here on the agent instructions is where our agent will get the personality of either the receptionist or the support agent. This includes the goal of the conversation and also which tools does he have available to achieve this goal. Next, we are going to give it this end call tool, which allows it to end the call once it's finished. So just scroll down and toggle the end call to active. Next, we'll need to change the voice settings. So to do that, just scroll to the top of the page and change to the voice tab. And in here, you can choose whichever voice you like by clicking on this drop-down menu. I was using Jessica because I think it's the one that sounds more natural, and you can hear a preview by clicking over this icon.
If you spend your whole life waiting for the storm, you'll never enjoy the sunshine.
You can play around with this, and when you're happy with it, just click over the name to select it, and then save. Next, we need to change the DTS output format to 8000. Save. Scroll down. You can also play around with this to get the best results, but I'm not going to go into much detail just because they are pretty intuitive if you just read the description. The only thing I changed here is the latency to 2. And next we need to go to the security tab, so just scroll to the top of the page, click on security, scroll down, and where you see fetch initiation client data from webhook, you are going to toggle this to active, save. And now we are going to go to the Advanced tab. In here, I recommend changing the max conversation duration to 3 minutes just to avoid someone spending all of your credits. And don't worry, I'll cover all of the costs later in the video. So in here, just change this to 180 seconds. Scroll down. And here, change this to 8000. And finally, just add audio. Now that step 1 is complete, we need to create a tool so that our agent can check the schedule, book appointments, and reschedule them. And we also need to create a system that will decide which personality should pick up the phone. For that, we are using a no-code platform called NetN. So just search for netn.io or go to the link in the description. And in here, just sign up if you don't have an account yet, otherwise sign in. And now what you're going to do is create a new workflow, name it voice agent, and save. Next step is to copy-paste the files to our new workflow. But before that, we need to create the Google Sheet database that will store all of the user's information. So just go back to the school post, scroll down to where you see the end of the AI voice setup, and where you see Google Sheets template, just click on this link. File, make copy, and just name it voice agent. Make copy. Copy this prompt and paste it to Claude. This prompt is going to allow Claude to set up the workflows for us. However, it needs a few things to complete the setup. First, it needs the Google Sheet ID. So just come back to your Google Sheet template and you are going to copy between this D and edit. So just copy this string of numbers and paste it here. It also needs your email to connect you to the calendar and Gmail nodes, so just replace it here. And your location so we can calculate our time zone and replace it on the code. If Claude answers something like, please send me the first JSON file, it means it's ready for the next step. So here on the school post, just scroll down and copy the first prompt, paste it here, and now we are going to download this JSON file. Click on this plus button and upload. Now copy this code and paste it to your workflow. Save. You can think of these as the building blocks that work together to make our agent run smoothly. And the reason we need to get each block at a time, it's because each of these pieces has a lot of settings in order to function. And together they are thousands of lines of code long. So in order for Claude to be able to generate all of these, I broke the whole thing down into 6 smaller pieces. Also, if you've never used n8n, you'll need to set up Google credentials, and that's why this node appears red for you. But don't worry about the red nodes for now, because I'll cover that later in the video. For the second block, back in the school post, you are going to copy this prompt, paste it here, and download this JSON file. Upload. Now just repeat the process for each of the 6 blocks and I'll get back to you once this is done. And if block number 3 gives you any problems, just click on these 3 dots, import from file, and import it directly from school. Once you're done, this is what you end up with. And remember when I said that I broke this down into different pieces? Well, now we need to connect them back together. So just drag this connection to this node and drag the mouse over this part to move it. And now we need to do the same thing here. And these 2 LLM chains are red because we need to connect them to the model and structured output parser. So just drag these connections here and hit save. You can also change the AI model to any OpenAI shut model you want, but I'd recommend starting with Gemini 2.5 Flash since it's accurate and very fast. And just so you have an idea of what's going on here, this part is what decides the values of those variables in the AI voice system prompt we talked about in the beginning. There's also this small MCP right here that basically connects the 11 Labs voice agent with all of the other tools. And without this part, the agent would be useless because each of these branches is a different tool the agent needs to get the job done. This first tool is the check availability tool, which gets the time the user requested, checks the schedule, and then returns that the time is either available or the next possible alternatives. Once the user chooses an alternative, the voice agent will call the book appointment tool. This tool will go through the same verification process just to make sure the time is still available, and then at the end it will create the event on the calendar, create a new row in the Google Sheet with the appointment details and the user information, and then send a confirmation email to the user. Finally, the third tool is the reschedule appointment tool. That's basically the same as the book appointment one, but it first deletes the old time and then reschedules the new one. And now we need to connect each one of these tools to one of these. The get availability will be the first one, the book appointment the second, and the reschedule appointment will be the third. And to do that, it's very simple. Just copy the name of the workflow, click 2 times on this tool, paste it here, and select it. Now do the same for the other tools, and hit save. And now we need to connect this block and the MCP to our voice agent. So just click 2 times on this node, click here on production URL and copy. Now open 11 Labs, settings, add webhook and paste it. Now back to NRN, click 2 times on this node, production URL and click on it to copy. Make the workflow active. Back in 11 Labs, click on integrations, new integration, name it, and the description you can leave empty and paste the URL here. Scroll down, no approval, and I trust this server. Now just wait a couple of seconds while it's testing, and you might need to reload the page, but after that you should see connected. Now, before going to the next step, which is getting the phone number, I just want to break down all of the costs. First, we have NRN, which you can run for as cheap as $6 a month if you host it on Hostinger. Then you have 11 Labs, which is a bit more expensive. For example, I'm on the creator plan, which means that each 1000 credits cost 30 cents. Now, from experience, each call spends around 2000 credits. So for me, each call costs me 60 cents. However, depending on the plan, it can get as cheap as 20 cents per call. And the phone number is going to cost you less than $2 a month, so it's nothing to worry about. So if it's worth it for you or not, it only comes down to the volume of calls you get and the ROI for each new booked appointment. For step 3, we need to connect our agent to a phone number. So just search for twilio.com or go to the link in the description. In here, click on phone numbers, manage, and buy a number. And now you'll need to deposit a minimum of $20, but don't worry, this will last you for months. Once that's done, click on advanced search and remove local. And in here, you're going to write 888, so we only get tool-free results. Now search, select one of these and buy. Buy. So now that you have a phone number, we just need to connect it to our voice agent. So click on account dashboard and copy the phone number you just bought. Now go to 11 Labs and click on phone numbers, import number from Twilio. Here you're going to label it something like NRN and paste the phone number. Enter account SID. And back in the dashboard, you're going to copy this value. Paste it here, import. Now just select the agent we just created. I just realized I forgot a crucial step to give the tools to the agent. So just click here on agents, select your agent, scroll down, and where you see custom MCP servers, add the server we just created, which is this one, I think. Save. And finally, let's call the agent to see if it picks up the phone. And you can also click on executions to see what's happening in real time.
Good evening. You've reached Parkside Dental Care. My name is Emily. How can I help you today?
Hi Emily, I'd like to schedule an appointment for tomorrow at 2 p.m.
That's great. I'm going to check the schedule. Just give me a sec. Great. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. is available. Let me get your information to book this appointment. Could I get your first and last name?
So as you can see, the agent is following the script and correctly calling the tools. And if you want to change anything in the script, like your company's name, you can simply come back to the Cloud's chat. And because it already has all of the code, you can simply ask and it will help you make those changes. And if you like this video, consider subscribing, because this is just the third video of an MCP series and things just get crazier from here.